good, Grind Schoolers? It's your boy Rob, and we back in the shop today. Before we get started with the video, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you get a notification every single time we drop another video, and hit all so you get all the content. Pretty much what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to drop shorts while I'm doing my project, just because of the simple fact that this is taking a long time. So pretty much the shorts are like a trailer to what the video is gonna be like, or what the video is. So that's pretty much how I'm trying to do it. So check out the shorts if you get a chance. It's something new that I'm trying, just to give y'all a little bit more content while I'm working on the car, because as I stated before, I'm not gonna keep dropping videos on the same thing. If I'm sanding a spot, you know, that's taking me a week to get it done or whatever it is, I'm not gonna continue to put out content just sanding the car down. With that being said, man, we've made a lot of progress on the car. We're still stripping it down to bare metal. I was told by a master painter, obviously I kind of did, I've been told by painters that I messed up with using the wheel to sand the car down and stuff like that. So the car's not warped or anything like that because I haven't heated the metal up to the point where it can get warped, and I'm not staying in the same spot. But as far as the paint, I guess I'm making divots in the paint. So I'm not really tripping on that because the car's coming down to bare metal, and I'll show you guys why in a second, why I decided to take it all the way down to bare metal. And I believe I've said this before, but there's another, you know, I found some more issues up under the original paint. But anyways, man, if y'all could do that stuff for me, that would be great. So today what we're gonna do is we're going to finally start on the body work, and then I'll tell you guys the rest of the plan on the car. And I am going to start writing this stuff down so that I know, like, yo, what needs to be done. But anyways, man, let's go ahead and jump into the video. I'll show you guys what I got, and then we'll go from there. All right, Grind Schoolers, so this side is not any different hardly from the last time you guys have probably seen the car. However, what we are going to do is we are going to finish knocking all of this gray stuff down, and that's the part that I was told I shouldn't have did it like that, but it is what it is. You know, it's water under the bridge. We're here now, so it has to be corrected. I'm trying to get, I don't know if you can see the fender, but the fender is all the way down to bare metal, and that looks different than that. So what I'm doing is I'm going over it with 80 grit. So I'm probably gonna go over it with 80 grit 2 times, and then go over it with 180 grit, you know, get those scratches in there. And then after that, we'll go ahead and start laying down the body filler. And then after I lay down the body filler, obviously we're gonna sand, guide coat, and do all that kind of stuff, and try to get it into the polyester primer. So the plan is obviously everything I just said, but I kind of am trying to do this in a way that makes sense. So where the Camaro is where we are going to build the booth, the paint booth. We're gonna tarp pretty much, or put plastic pretty much on the walls, have one draping down on this side and behind the car. And then also we're gonna have our ventilation system going through, however that's gonna, however it looks or whatever. And then we're going to basically Velcro the sides together, the plastic sides together. And then we are going to go ahead and try to keep it as clean as possible. Obviously put plastic down on the floors. I'm gonna spray all of this off, blow it off, and use the vacuum to clean the floors before I lay down the plastic, just in case any dust like tries to, you know, jump up onto the plastic or whatever. So that's what we're gonna do. But while I'm making the booth, we're gonna take the doors off. We're gonna take the doors off, and we're going to do the jambs. And then also too, we are going to take the whole front clip off the front bumper. We're going to line the front bumper, like the back of it now, add some more material, stuff like that. So the front clip, front bumper, back bumper, and also the hood. All of those are gonna get sprayed at the same time. The reason why I'm not painting the hood on the car is just because if you see how long this car is, there's not very much space for me to get in the front of the car. So I could scoot the car back, obviously, and there's plenty of space back here. But on that side of the garage, if you can see, I'm losing a little bit of wall right here. So moving the car back and trying to get around the car may be a little bit of a challenge. And actually the car will probably sit a little bit further on this side, kind of where the trash can is, because I need space on that side to get around the car. So the hood is gonna get sprayed at a different, well, get sprayed with the front bumper and all that kind of stuff. Plus I'm using a smaller compressor, and the hood is a lot of real estate. So if I don't spray the hood by itself, then I'm gonna have to spray it on the car, and the compressor could potentially run out of air, and then I'll have, you know, spots where there's not, you know, a spotty paint job. So that's the reason why I've decided to paint the hood off of the car. So that's all not obviously gonna happen in this video. What's gonna happen in this video is we're going to obviously finish sanding down the car, and then we're going to start block sanding the car. So this is pretty much where I got yesterday. It's kind of hard to tell, but all of this is sanded down to bare metal. It's really hard to tell. It's all sanded down to bare metal. I still got to get the bottom piece, but the reason why I completely opted to go to bare metal on this car is because when the person, whoever did the body work on this car, so they welded this patch piece in here. So all of this here is all Bondo. They just rounded the corner off with Bondo to cover up their shoddy welded plate that's in here. You obviously have all of this, you know, that's covered up. And then back here, the same thing is happening. All of this is like Bondo all up in here. Then you have your dents where they had still kind of Bondoed. You can see how this was Bondoed, and it doesn't really necessarily look like they needed to Bondo that much right here, but to blend everything in and try to make it flow, I guess they just Bondoed the hell out of it. So that is one of the reasons why I decided to go down to bare metal. And then also back here, if you could kind of see, this right here is the reason why I wanted to replace the patch back here, because of this damage here. I knew this part was either gonna get replaced, go down to bare metal, whatever, but at the end of the day, I didn't know the damage was that extensive all the way traveling up to the front. We have rust areas here, little pinholes there, rust here, obviously, pinholes back here, all that kind of stuff. So I wasn't really sure how bad or how good the body actually really was, considering all of this damage back here. So I wanted to make sure, this is like I said, this is a 40-year-old car. I wanted to make sure everything was good. So anyways, that's the reason why we went down to bare metal. That's why I used the wire wheel, or not the wire wheel, the abrasive wheel, and that's where we're at. So anyways, man, let me stop talking about the plans for the car and get to work, because I know that's what y'all want to see, man, is just the work on this car and seeing it transform into something different. So I'm gonna go ahead and you know, do good on my end of the deal. If y'all could go ahead and, again, like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you get a notification, because this car is going to definitely transform. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but you know, you can see already the whole progress that I've made. So let me go ahead and throw on this sander, try to get as much sanded down as possible, and then yeah, but like I said, you'll see probably a lot in this video, just because we're moving so fast, and I'm trying to get it done just for the sake of my time in my life, and also too, I want you guys to see something other than just this car sitting. So anyways, let's go ahead and get to this sanding on this car. right, y'all. So I got most of the car sanded down. So we're probably gonna go back over it with 80 grit again. And then just to clean up some of the areas, as you can see, there's still some spots that we still have to hit. And then hit it with 180 grit. And then also too in the corners, I'm gonna get my Durablock, the one with the circular one, and get these corners and everything like that. So that we can get everything all cleaned up. And then we'll start blocking it. I'll probably start blocking it in the midst of still trying to clean some areas up, just because of the simple fact that I want to start with the hood. The hood I can knock all the way down and just start getting to block it. And then we're gonna start on this corner and working our way all the way around the car. The good thing about it is some of these spots I kind of left. Like this one's a low spot, that's a low spot, you can tell. Low spot right here. Yeah, there's a couple of little low spots. There's a low spot right here. I left the paint in those areas just so that I can mark them. Then once I mark them, I'll sand them out, get to the bare metal, and then we'll body fill all of those parts. And I know there's low spots right here. I had already bonded this stuff, but I'm gonna get all that stuff out of there and redo it. Another low spot there. So yeah, there's pretty few dings that we're gonna clean up. Also too, I have to grind. Let me see if I could find a spot. So these spots right here where the trim was, these are high points that I'm gonna have to grind down. Like I can feel that one for sure. I'm gonna grind all those down. When I first did this, I didn't grind them down. I just cut them off. Well, I guess I did, but not to the point where they were flush and like smooth, just like the metal. So we're gonna grind all that stuff down. We're gonna take all this old Bondo that I put in here, out of here. We're gonna get all that, put some good body filler in there, fix the areas I can fix, and then we'll be good to go. Like I said, this is a lot of work, but at the end of the day, yo, it's my car. It can sit here for however long and I can take care of it and get it done. So we are moving. We are going to definitely block the hood and then start blocking all the rest of the car, and then doing my guide coat and stuff like that for the blocking of the car. But yeah, it's starting to come together and look real clean. The metal underneath is really clean on this side. Like I said, there was just that area on the back there, and then also too, this area down here is a little bit rusty too. Not too bad though, just a little bit of surface. We just gotta grind that down, but that's what I'm talking about. That was under the paint. It's kind of to be expected in your rear quarters, because that's kind of where the water sets and kicks up and stuff, and then also too behind the front fender and then the door and stuff like that. But for the most part, everything is clean. So we don't have any issues there. This is a pretty clean car besides the hiccup. But let's go ahead and just continue to keep knocking it out, man. We'll go ahead and just start blocking everything. And then after that, we can start building the booth, take the doors off, build the booth, and then put this into polyester primer. So I'll probably put it in the polyester primer before I take the doors off. So that's the first thing that I'm gonna do. And then after I do the polyester primer, I'll go ahead and do the jams and everything like that. So that's the next thing that we're gonna do. So let's go ahead, keep on working, keep on grinding on this car so we can get this thing done. All right, y'all. I had to play a little bit of Tetris just to get the hood to fit up in here. Had to move a few things around, clear some things out, get it from out of the bed on top of that box and actually onto the stand, where I can actually get to work on it and get it really accessible. So what we're gonna do now is, since we sanded down the car, we still gotta hit it with some more 80 and 180 grit. But now we're gonna jump onto the hood and get the hood finished up. So what we're gonna do is we are going to knock it all the way down, and we're going to start blocking it with the body filler. The reason why I'm blocking the entire hood is because if you can see, there's low spots pretty much everywhere. There's one right here too. There, right there. No, that ain't one. Right there, right there. You get my point. So this car was involved in a pretty good hailstorm. the car for the most part held up really good. Everything else, all the rest of the body panels held up really good. There's no real like hail damage on the roof of the car. I think there's a little bit of hail damage on like some of the fenders from, you know, the hailstorm that it was in. It was a pretty good hailstorm, and these are very minor dents. Had the Camaro been out there, the Camaro would have probably been destroyed. I know there was, one of my neighbors had a $90,000 Raptor, brand new Raptor. It was sitting outside, and that thing probably got destroyed, and I never seen it since. So it's a testament to not only these old cars, but just real steel, you know what I'm saying? Not the cheap, you know, thin metal type stuff, but this stuff here really holds up really good. So we're gonna block the whole hood, and that's our objective today. I wanna try to get it all done today so that the hood is ready to get sprayed. I think it might, I'm trying to debate whether I should put it back on the car or just toss it back in the back. But after the hood is done, we're going to remove the doors and do the doors and the door jambs, because my primer should be here today, and I can continue to keep moving. So I've been trying to order products as time goes on, you know what I mean, like as I'll need it. So, you know, I have my primer surfacer for the polyester stuff, or the polyester primer for after I put this body filler down. So I got my polyester primer. It's gonna prime on top of it after we surface it, and then, or body fill it, and then after that we can epoxy primer it. And then I was kind of trying to leave the hood alone until I get the paint, because this right here is going to be painted the same color as the body. So when you open up the hood, the sides are at least the same color as the body. The under part of it is going to remain black, just because the rest of the engine bay is black. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully we can get to all the body filler today, and get it knocked down. That's the goal, at least. This is a lot of real estate to try to sand down, but that's what we're gonna try to do. That's what we're gonna work on. So let me go ahead and get started knocking it down with the 80 grit and then the 180. After that, we'll go ahead and smooth the body filler out to each body line. And probably what I'll do is I'll probably just do a section. So I'll do this section first, boom. Then this section next, boom. And then this section next, boom. And I'll do this section, boom, that section, boom, and then that section. And the reason for that is because I don't want to have a lot of buildup near these edges to where, you know, I gotta like try to, you know, like maneuver and sand things out. I'm only sanding from the line out, or body filling from the line out. So it shouldn't take too much. Like I said, this is it was involved in a hailstorm. It is a brand new hood, but you know, after that hailstorm, it kind of put like dents everywhere. So we gotta correct that, fix it, and we gonna make it happen. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright y'all, we almost got it all the way knocked down. We just had this little section right here to go, and then we'll hit it with the 180. And then after that, I'll clean it with some prep. Let me see, where's it at? This paint prep stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it down with that before I do the body filler. Just to get all the little dust marks. I'm gonna vacuum it off too, just to get all the little dust and everything off of the car. At this point, I'm not gonna touch the car with my bare hand. I've been feeling with the back of my hand to make sure I'm not heating up the panel, and so far I haven't heated up the panel at all, taking it off, because I'm not staying in one spot. I'm just moving around trying to get everything off. But as you can see, the reason why I'm choosing to do, like I previously said, to do the whole skim coat the entire hood is because all of these little low spots. They're like everywhere. Like I said, this was in a hailstorm, especially back here. You could just see all the little low spots, man. So I'm sure those could be filled in with, you know, some high build primer or whatever. But at the end of the day, I want to do this right. And, you know, bare metal to me is the only way to really go, especially on a car this old, just because of the simple fact that you don't know what's under there. I'm not an experienced painter or nothing like that, but I've had 2 painters now tell me how expensive their paint jobs are, and they all told me it's because they do, basically, when you're talking about fabrication and down to bare metal, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, not just sanding the car down, slapping Bondo on it, or sanding the car down to the previous primer under it, and then throwing Bondo on it, and then, you know, calling it a day. This is like true work, you know what I mean? Like, this is taking me weeks to do. I would say even months, because, you know, the car started getting sanded down like months ago. But at the end of the day, you know, it's my car. I could take my time with it, knock it down how I see fit, and then, you know, we're gonna build it back up. This is like a DIY, you know what I'm saying? Like, so a do-it-yourself type of experience. I ain't never done this before, and I'm not an experienced painter, but taking my time, I'm trying to learn as I go, and we're gonna see how the finished product turned out. But let's go ahead and throw some body filler on here and start sanding, block sanding the car, or block sanding the hood. All right, so at this point, like I said, I'm not gonna touch the car with my hands. So I'm gonna use some gloves. I'm about to start spraying this pre. And I also got some rags in a bag just to kind of keep them clean. That 180 cleaned this thing up nice. So that was just kind of like my cleaning, or my my pass that cleaned up everything, make it all nice. Try to get my scratches all in the same like pattern or form or whatever. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna clean it, spray the pre on there, clean it up real nice, and then we'll start laying down the body filler. All right, y'all, so now my surface is really clean. You guys saw me folding the towel a lot and switching out towels. The reason being is because there's all this residue on that comes off the towel. And so I didn't want to wipe it back into the grooves by continuing using a dirty towel. So it looks like I'm gonna have to go get a bunch of shop towels, because this was, you know, about 5-6 rags that I just kept flipping over just to clean the hood. And in order to get the whole car, it's gonna take a lot. So that's a little tip, trick, whatever that I learned from doing my research. Again, all this is this is all me just doing research, because, you know, like I said, I'm not an experienced painter. But anyways, I was trying to keep pushing the dirt or whatever, the dust that way. And I actually vacuumed the hood off before I did that. So I might go one more test pass after I go get some shop towels. Do one more pass with the pre, and then we can start doing the body filler, man, and hopefully get it all blocked down today. That's the goal, at least. All right, y'all. So I went over the hood again, and this is the second pass, and you can see how much stuff is still on this hood, debris. I went over it again with my second pass or whatever with the pre, and I decided, let me take this mask off. I decided to do it again because I want this to be as clean of a surface as possible. So when I start laying down all of my products, I have a clean canvas, you know what I mean? I'm trying to overcompensate for like the amount of like body work that I have to do. I'm trying to overcompensate for my lack of knowing how to paint. So pretty much I'm taking every single step that I possibly can to ensure that this comes out as perfect as possible. And if I would have trapped all of that stuff up under the body filler, then I could potentially start having issues down the road. So I cleaned it a couple good times. I think it's nice and clean now. So I'm gonna start laying down the body filler. But this is the level of quality that you get from paying from like a super good painter to paint your car. You know what I mean? This is a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? So respect to all the real painters out there, not the ones that just throw Bondo and paint on everything, but the ones that really actually take their time and are super duper detailed and take all the necessary steps to make sure that this is perfect. I'm real interested to see how it's gonna turn out because like I'm really working out here. But anyway, let me get back to work and then yeah, we'll go ahead and get the body filler on here and then start sanding it down. I'm about to go ahead and mix up my body filler so we can start laying it down. Alright, y'all, I had to improvise a little bit because I was thinking about it, and using this mixing board, it's a small mixing board, would take me forever to get done with this hood because I would have to clean the spreader every single time I like switch over whatever to prevent this dry stuff from flaking off into my new Bondo, because obviously this is gonna dry, and prevent it from flaking off into my body filler, and then you know, making it more difficult to get the job done. So what I decided to do was take some plastic that I had in my staple gun. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna staple the plastic to the wood, and so mix my body filler up right here, and then after I'm done mixing up my body filler, I'll be able to just rip this off, clean the spreader, and keep going instead of trying to clean the spreadboard. Now I did order some spreadboards or paper or whatever, but it's on back order and it's not here. It won't be here till like the 30th, so we're gonna have to improvise and get it done like this. Let's get it. This idea worked flawlessly. So, you know, I got to spread a lot more surface area. I did this whole part and half of this part. I'm still using a small spreader. I wish I had a bigger one, but whatever, I gotta make do with what I got. But this just peels right off. Now we got a clean slate. I'm definitely canceling my order. It was like 22 bucks for them pads, but I made me a makeshift pad. We're good. We can mix up another batch. Go ahead and knock down the rest of that, and then start on this side. Let's get it. Alright, y'all. So I pretty much skim coated the entire hood. I didn't put body filler on the edges for the simple fact that I don't want to cover up any of the style lines, I guess you could say. And I don't think there's any dings or dents on the edges. I don't know, but once we do the primer, like the polyester should expose all of that. And then also too, I kind of had some high marks or some high like spread lines or whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna knock this down with the sander first. I'm not gonna go obviously hard and try to, you know what I'm saying, knock everything all the way down or nothing like that. I just wanna knock these edges down so when I start block sanding, I have a smooth surface and I'm not fighting against so much spread lines or so many spread lines, because that's gonna be a lot of sanding. So I tried to spread it out as thin as I could, but looks like I didn't do that crazy good of a job, but it's all good. We'll hit it with the sander, knock some of that down, and then we'll guide coat it, and then most of this material is gonna come off. I don't want a lot of, obviously, body filler on the metal, but I just wanted to make sure this is dead straight because, like I said, there was a lot of hail damage on here, and then once I sanded it all the way down and got it nice and cleaned up, you could really tell. So let me go ahead and let this cure, and then we're gonna go ahead and start block sanding it, and then we'll be done with the hood, and it'll just be sitting waiting for some good old primer. So let's do it, man. All right, so I got my Durablocks. I got the circular one for the grooves, and I got the bigger one so I can do longer strokes or whatever. But anyways, I use a sander to knock some of them high spots down, just so that it's gonna be easier for me to sand, and so I'm not working against myself sanding a bunch of excess material that doesn't need to be sanded by hand. But anyways, most of this material is coming off of this hood. The reason why I just did this, and like I stated before, is just to get all the imperfections out of the hood, you know, so I'm not playing the guessing game, because there was a lot of them. So we're gonna take most of this material off, and then this should be already good to go, and then ready for the polyester primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and get sanding, and then I'll catch y'all back on once I'm done. All right, y'all. So I've been working on this hood for a little bit. This is what I'm trying to get it to look like. Like I said previously, I'm trying to work one section at a time. So trying to move on from pretty much this half of the hood to the next half of the hood. So I started in one corner, and then I'm kind of moving my way up as I move up the panel, and then just work my way over, and then start on this side. Now, this right here still has a little bit more body filler than what it needs. Because I know that this hood is straight when I first got it, minus the hailstorm, what I'm pretty much looking for are filling in the low spots, like that spot, that's a spot, that's a spot. You can kind of really tell up here, that's a spot. You can tell that that's a spot. So I'm only really looking for being able to fill in the minor imperfections that are in the hood. So like I said, all this material, most of this material gotta come off. I know it's a lot of work or whatever, but I kind of want it to be like, you know, as accurate as I can get it. Like I said, I'm overcompensating for my lack of knowing how to paint. So if I get the body work just immaculate, then we'll be good to go. So if I mess up on the paint job, all I gotta do is sand it down and redo it. Don't have to redo body work. So anyways, that's a side note. But anyways, so this little circular Durablock is to get up into the crevices in the corner. So as I'm going like side to side, I'm kind of like rolling it up to the edge, and this is really helping me get into the crevice that's right here, to kind of sand it down. So once I see like bare metal, I know that I'm kind of going in like the right direction, because I'm trying to sand most of this down to bare metal. So I kind of work around the bare metal, kind of exposing some more of the metal by taking off most of the body filler. But man, if I rub my hand across this, I don't feel anything, which is what we want. We don't want to feel anything. So I guess, you know, just taking my time. It's a lot of work, especially knocking this down. I had to use the electric sander some more, because like I said, I'm trying to find the bare metal spots and then start working my way around those in my X pattern and stuff like that, just because I want it to be, all of this to be knocked down. And then when we do our polyester primer and stuff like that, that would expose whatever imperfections I didn't get with the body filler. and then we'll do our guide code. And then if there's still some type of imperfections that the polyester primer didn't get, then we'll go ahead and do another stage of like minor body filler or glazing putty, whichever is gonna fit the bill for however deep the imperfection is. Hopefully there's not any, but you know, doing this is just, I'm finding is if you wanna do it right, it takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time and effort, you know what I mean? Just to really get everything all solid. But yeah, man, let me go ahead and keep sanding. And then hopefully I can get this thing knocked down today. If not, then it will have to wait until I can get to it again. But I'm making good progress. So let me go ahead and get back to work, and then we'll chop it in a second. All right, y'all. So what I'm trying to achieve is, and you can kind of see the differences because I've been working on this side, but I'm trying to uncover these because I know that obviously, like I've stated previously, that there was hail damage, and I know like pretty much about kind of where they were, and the hood, it should be all the way good. So I gotta obviously knock down all of that in there, which is what I've been working on. And then I've been working on, you know, this side of the hood. And then you can kind of tell what I'm trying to achieve because this side still has, you know, a lot of body filler on it. This side still got a lot of body filler on it, but you can see where I'm aiming, you know what I'm saying? Especially with this panel. I gotta still work this up here a little bit, but for the most part, man, this thing will be laser straight by the time I'm done with it. And also too, we still gotta lay down the polyester primer and then guide coat on top of that. So that's another layer of protection just in case there are some low spots that I missed. We'll be good to go. But anyways, man, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up right now. And then we'll be done with the hood, and then we'll move on to whatever's next. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Like I said, we're moving on this Elko. We're trying to get things situated by the end of the year. At least painted, everything, like everything that I want to do, all the little details, like paint the chassis and stuff like that. I want to try to get all that stuff done by at least the end of the year. I'm working super duper hard to get that done and also bring more content to you guys. So in the meantime, in between time, I'll probably knock out a few little easy jobs, you know, here and there, more specifically like the radiator and stuff like that. And I might even build my brake system with the spindle and all that kind of stuff, because I can build my whole C5 brake conversion kit while it's not in the car, and then just, you know, bolt it up into the car once I have it all set up and complete. I think I've settled on some type of a wheel, you know what I'm saying? I don't know when that's gonna be on the car, but like I said before, in order for me to run these brakes, I need new wheels and tires. There's no way around it. So I think I've settled on it. They're super clean to me. So, but anyways, man, the paint job will, you know what I'm saying, accentuate the wheels or whatever, vice versa, however that go. But everything is gonna come together, man. So stay tuned for that. And if you have not done so already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you get a notification every single time we drop another video. And also select all so you get all the notifications I've been dropping, you know, shorts and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? Stay tuned for that. That's more like up to date, like what I'm doing now currently, because I could just, you know, film real quick, shoot it, and then, you know, upload it, and then continue to keep working. Obviously, you know, these videos are taking a little bit more time just because I'm not knocking this stuff out in one day. So anyways, man, stay up to date with the shorts and everything like that. I greatly appreciate it. I thank each and every one of you guys for rocking with me. Like I always say in every video, it means a lot to me. we're working, man. We're working. So, you know what I'm saying? Stay tuned, stay up to date on everything, and I appreciate it. Always remember, work hard so you can live free.